Okay, so according to this Yahoo News bed, Kate Middleton, Princess of Wales, she has basically confessed that when she was first married and had had her first child with Prince William, they lived in a very sort of isolated and secluded part of Wales called Anglesey. I remember that time, and I saw some pictures of them at that time on the beach. It seemed like so romantic, so just like, oh my God. And at that time, I was completely in love with Kate. I have to admit, I bought into the fantasy of who she was and what it all represented, and you know, you know, but okay, I think that I have to work on forgiving what I perceive her to have done to Megan, right? I have to forgive Kate. And you know what? You can forgive someone and you can still just be wary of them and you can still critique them from time to time. It doesn't mean I'm going to go completely soft on her, but it does mean that I'm a little bit tired with the monotony of like, you know, just being just not loving her with open heart, So I mean, it's not like I'm going to love her with open heart, because I can't really trust that. But, you know, she's a human being, first of all, like myself. And like Megan, and I love Megan and I love everyone. I love all of humanity. How about that? I love everybody. Everybody matters. Everybody counts, okay? Everybody counts. Okay, now, so she was a little bit, I guess she felt isolated and lonely, probably because she was a young mother. And, the postpartum, whatever situation that is, I can't speak to that obviously from a personal perspective, but, I can speak to feeling isolated, homesick, and I want to go home. I want to go home right now. I become very homesick very quickly. Like I'm just done. It's like, okay, it's been 24 hours. I'm over it. I want to go home. Okay. Um, so she felt a little lonely, a little isolated. Now she has like three homes. One Adelaide cottage where she and William moved to get away from the servants so that they can have some privacy with their children. It's like everybody out of my house. All of you pack your Georgie bungalow and get out. That was Kate. That's very Capricorn and very capricious. I'm over it. Everybody out. I need some privacy with my family. So they moved to Adelaide Cottage. Conveniently, there's no room for 11 servants. It's like everybody out. Okay, step one. So then she still has Kensington Palace and they still have Anmer Hall. My suspicion is that they don't like Anmer Hall very much. I don't know why, because it seems like quite a sort of literary home where amazing English stories occur. The kind you see in Pride and Prejudice and I don't know, the Brontes and whatever, but they don't like Anmer Hall very much. They didn't sort of have any stories that they wanted to write about in that house for some reason. They don't go there very often, and it doesn't get a lot of print in the press. It's kind of like Anmer Hall, who? So maybe it's kind of like drafty and whatever. But you know what you could do, Kate? You could actually bring in some interior decorators and just have a redo of the house just to have a redo. When I say a redo, I don't mean construction. I just mean decor and just reimagine the space. And it's like a project to do, that may, and so did you, I don't know, whatever. Why am I giving Kate unsolicited advice? She has enough people to do that, okay? Anyway, so she was isolated in Anglesey. So all is never as it seems, because when I saw those pictures of her and William walking on the beach in Anglesey years ago, we're talking about 10, 13 years ago, maybe I was a little jealous. I was like, how perfect is her life? And there she was feeling isolated and lonely. Isn't that something? You always the grass is always greener. And you know what? As the older you get, the more you realize, you know what? Just stay where you are. Be happy with what you have because you really don't know what other people are really feeling and what they're really going through.